guys, my name is Ilse. I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is my first Flosstube. I actually started a channel like years ago and did 2 of them. And but then I stopped. So I'm gonna count this as my first one. I've already filmed this like 4 times. And so that's why the lighting isn't great because the sun has finally gone down. It keeps disappearing on me, but I think I figured it out. So we're gonna go from here. I have my 2 dogs here, Valentine and Charlie. You will probably see them. They're both rescues. We got Valentine from the Tulsa Animal Shelter, and then we got Charlie from my husband's mother. She wasn't able to care for him any longer, so we decided to go ahead and take him. So I'm gonna start the little bit I can remember the needleworks tag. I had it all pulled up, then I thought my first video worked, and then it disappeared, and then I couldn't find the little tag anymore. But I think I remember it. So the first question was, how did I get into cross stitch? I actually got into it before cross stitch. I actually did knitting, crocheting, and some of quilting. I did one blanket and it kind of was like going diagonal, but that's okay. I still want to learn, play with that some more, and learn how to actually sew straight. But it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. My family was on an airplane. We were going somewhere, and a lady diagonal for me was cross stitching. She had a little floss box and, was doing her thing, and I was fascinated. I was just watching her the whole time. And I was like, Mom, what is that? What is she doing? And I had both my dogs trying to crawl into my lap, literally. This is Valentine. She's a little gray, not gray, brown dog. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Oh, there's Charlie. So you'll get better pictures of them later. They're both just trying to get in my lap. So I watched her and I was like, what is that? And so I was like, Mom, what is she doing? She's like, well, I think she's cross stitching. I was like, oh, okay. I want to do that. My mom's like, okay. So we went to Walmart later and got a little tiny kit. I still have it. It was like a little owl. And so started that, fell in love with it, and then found some magazines, and then just kind of started from there. And I always tell my husband, I say, there's like 3 different types of cross stitchers. There's one that collects the fabric, collects the floss, all the fancy stuff, and collects that. Okay. Come on, let's go. He just is dying to be on my lap. So this is my little Charlie. He's one we got from my husband's mother. And so, the first time, collects the floss, collects the fabric, has a ton of it. I would love to be that type of person, but right now I'm not able to. The second person is the type of person that collects all of the patterns. Just has all the patterns. Once again, would love to be that person, but I'm not. Not right now. In the future, I will be. And then I would say there's people like me that collect all of the magazines. I don't know why, I just love them. The sun is not good for me right now. It's literally, the sun is literally going down right here. So I'm sorry for the weird glare. Let me see if I can rotate you guys so maybe I'm not in the sun. Let's see what happens if I do this. I'm still kind of in the sun. All right, my little man, you gotta move a little bit, okay? Okay. Okay, that's just gonna have to work. I gotta move my puppy dog. This light was great, like 3 hours ago when, you know, my first video worked. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, okay. Hold on, everybody. There we go. Yeah, little puppy. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's a little better. So, of course, I want to reach and grab everything now that I've scooted myself. So, what was I starting with? So, okay, so everybody that, you know, collects all the different things. Well, I collect magazines. I don't know why. I just love flipping through them. They make me happy. And so a lot of my patterns are actually from magazines. And I'm thinking if I can figure out how to show it, because I just started the digital. So if I can actually show how to show the magazine without showing the pattern, I'll start doing monthly flip throughs of cross stitcher and then maybe a couple others. Cross stitchers what I buy every month. Some of the others I only buy if I really love what's on the cover. But now that I'm doing digital, it's a lot cheaper than the physical copies, even though I love the physical copies. I'd rather save my money and buy something else in the cross stitch. So, what else was part of it? What did I ask? I don't know. I don't know what I asked. I'll try, maybe next time I will try and find it again, and redo it. So, what I want to do is I'm going to show you my whips, one moment, because everything's gotten moved since I had to move the whole table. So, I am actually part of, the group Magical Stitches, and I've actually, this is the first year I really participated. Last year I really lost my stitchy bug. I actually worked at Target last year during the beginning of this pandemic in the grocery section, and it was just so busy. I mean, you all know, it was insane. And so, so I was just exhausted. I was mentally and physically just exhausted every time I got home. And so, last year I just did not want to stitch. I didn't want to stitch at all. So this year, actually the last couple of weeks, I actually left my job at Target to be a stay-at-home wife and help take care of my mother-in-law, help her get to all her appointments that she needs to get to. And so we've been very blessed that we've been able to do that. So this last week, 2 weeks, I actually started the Heaven Earth Sunflower Bee. This is probably my favorite pattern right now. I've restarted this like 3 times. The first time I did it on 14 count. It was too bulky and it was too much, and I think I just kind of jumped on the deep end and was not ready. Then I started it a few months ago, like middle of last year, on 18 count. It was still too bulky for my taste, and then I actually miscounted and like put it way close to the edge, so it wasn't gonna fit. So at that point I realized that, I mean, of course I've already done a few hundred stitches or more. I was like, okay, let's just grab a new piece, start again. So then I went to the store, I found 22 count, and then I was like, I'm gonna try 10 stitching. Which is just like half of it, half of the cross stitch, and I love it. I have been so obsessed. It's not very much, but I love it. It's page 1, starting on page 2. So amazing. I showed my mom, and she was like, I was like, isn't it beautiful? And she's like, I don't think it's beautiful, but good job. I was like, oh, okay. Which, I mean, if you don't know what I'm making, then, I mean, I get it. It's not very pretty. It's just brown. It's brown. But, my mom loves the pattern. I know when it's all done and it's professionally framed, because I am going to get it professionally framed, that she's going to try and steal it. And I'm going to be like, nope, it's mine. All mine. So, that's what I've been, like, obsessing over. I've been working on it, like, nonstop for, like, last month. I know eventually, you know, probably the next week I'm probably going to get burnt out, which is fine. I'll just start on something new. Or work on my other, not start something new, but work on my other projects. But luckily, that's the one thing I love about Magical Stitches is that if you can't get it done, you can work on the monthly challenges. There's yearly, there's weekly, you know, you can do anything, you know. It's just every stitch counts, and I love that. So there's not extreme stress on trying to get everything done, as long as you're participating, which I love. So the next one, so this last, when it first started in February, I was gung-ho. I was like, I'm going to start new patterns every week. I'm going to do all of it. Well, my first week I did. I got new patterns for every day, for every prompt. That was expensive. I came home and I told my husband. He's like, okay, cool. And so I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. So what I've done is I've kept the projects I've started and I try to fit those into the prompt and make it work that way. And then once I'm done with one of them, because some of them are not big at all. They're all magazines, so I mean that tells you they're not huge. And so once I'm done with one, then I'll pull another one, start another one. Right now, all I'm showing is like my 5 that I have going right now. I have a lot more other whips, which at some point, you know, probably next week, I'll probably show you guys. I'm just not actively working on them right now. I'm kind of burnt out on a lot of them. I don't know why, they're just not calling to me right now. But here's my first one. This is it's in Cross Stitcher magazine. Let me try it. July 17. All of it. Oh, so much. So many pretty patterns. I just want to do all of them. Alright. So the prompt was like something blue. So I started the July, right there. July one. And I have figured out, probably this last year, I've come to realize I am a seasonal stitcher. Like, not like seasonal group stitcher, if that makes sense. Like, I like the monthly things. I like the 4 types of season type things when they're like sets. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll show you. Because I have like 3 of them. These are my project bags. I worked really hard on them. I have like 3 that I've actually sewn. I really want to, once I get my craft room / office cleaned up and picked up, because right now it's kind of a junk room, then I will actually try and start sewing project bags again. So that's my start. It's in my start. Not very much, but start. So, okay. the second one. So funny. So story about this one. I actually saw this on someone's Flosstube. I don't remember who. I watched so many. I love just typing in Flosstube Parade. And then I just kind of let it play. When I see something, I stop, write it down, which isn't too often, just because I know I already have a lot of magazines. But this is one that I stopped, and I was like, I need this. And so I actually, because I live in Tulsa, we actually have a needlework shop here, which is the Silver Needle, which is only like 5 miles, or not very many, might be more than that, from my house. Like, they're so close. I don't go in as often as I wish I could. But I got like the whole list for my husband, and I said, I want this for Christmas. So he went and he showed the list to the ladies, and he later after Christmas he was like, they are so great. They helped me get everything, and we got it all checked out, and it was just so easy as a husband. I was like, well, great, that's awesome. So he went in and he got me the January snapshot. Oh, I love that. Once again, the whole seasonal type, monthly type stitch things. Yeah, I love it. So I was like, I'm going to stitch these every month. No, there's too many things. So I'm hoping to at least maybe if I just spend like 2 weeks on this, I can get it done, or less. But this is where I am. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. The snowflake on this one, they have it like, let's see if I can show you. They have it like tan. But when you really look at it, it's so pretty. And so I was like, oh no, I want mine to stick out. So I have my blue. You can see it. It's gorgeous. Oh, so pretty. So I started that. Hopefully, this will probably be the next one I pick up after I'm tired of my sunflower one. So my next thing, this was for a prompt, for that first week. I think it was something like, you need somebody that's dressed up as in a costume. And I was like, ooh. So I'm not a Halloween stitcher. I'm not a big fan of Halloween. And so I'm a Christmas stitcher. I love Christmas stuff. I would much rather be beside my Christmas tree, drinking hot cocoa, watching the Santa Claus than Halloween. So I still decorate for it. Of course, my house is still all Halloween when it's time. I love handing out candy to the kids, but I think this is literally my only Halloween piece. And there's a lot of gorgeous Halloween pieces. I just am not. I'm more into fall. I'm more into like pumpkins and like fall orangey stuff than the scary stuff. But this is the one I'm doing. Oh, let me show you the magazine. Just cross stitch. And this is October 18th. If that helps. Okay, sorry. So there it is. She's so pretty and cute. The little cat, pumpkin. Oh. Probably one of the few Halloween that I really like. So, oh no. Little bit of progress. I've only worked on her like once, I think. So she would not take long at all. I would just sit down and work on it. Sorry, I dropped floss. So that is one of them. I think I have about two more left to show. So once again, the whole Christmas, love Christmas stuff. So my next one is Cross Stitcher, November 18. And if any of these, if you guys want me to do a flip through of any of these, or if there's one that you want to see if I have, then I will definitely do that. I know how to do a flip through when I actually have the thing. It's the digital that I gotta figure out how to do it without showing the patterns. So it's the only thing if I can figure out how to do it, which I'm sure I can, then I'll do like monthly flip throughs, because I love watching those. So especially before I buy something, I just like knowing what I'm getting before I'm buying it. So this is festive frostings. And here it is. Oh, look at that. Look how pretty that is. Love it. So, I know I'm doing this on 18 count with 2 strands. That's my progress so far. I think I've done this for like 2 or 3 challenges through Magical Stitches. I know my plan is to stitch one, back stitch it, not backstock. It's what we call at work. I no longer do. So clearly that's still in my brain. So back stitch it and then move on to the next one. So my last one I want to show is it's on the cross stitcher September 2020. So they do, I've noticed every year they do a seasonal, like the 4-season type cross stitch. And I found this one and I had to start it. And then this year's 2021, I have to do it. I have to do all of them. So right now I'm doing fall. Oh, look how pretty. I told myself, I was like, I can get that done in a week. It's not that much, like we all do. This is a lot of stitching. This little piece is a lot of stitching. Like a lot. And so this is all I've gotten so far. Hi, Valentine. There's my little Valentine. So that's all I've done. I actually had to replace are you trying to be part of the Flosstube video? So this part, this little part, and it's like right here too, is actually like the exact same color as my fabric. So I actually pulled a floss from the Pumpkin Witch one, and I saw that it wasn't exactly the same as the other oranges, so I'm actually just using that. So, so pretty. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to share. I will show the next week. I'll show you what I've done, and then what maybe some of my other stuff I will bring. This time I was just so nervous. I literally just grabbed like these 5 and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna show these 5 and just do it. But next time I'll actually show more. And then if I ever get any haul, which is rare, I just don't get very much. If I do, then it's usually I'm starting it or it's floss. Because I buy floss for each project, not like one whole set. Which would probably be better, but I don't know. I just like having the floss for that project. And so, yeah. If you guys have any questions, just comment below and I'll answer them as fast as I can. And if you like what you saw, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to try to do these weekly. Even if I don't have very much to share, I'll still probably hop on and say hi, show the little bit of work I actually have. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.